So, this whole thing is getting really interesting. Gary Keller and Keller, well, they're now accused of embezzlement and racketeering. Yeah, pretty good stuff, isn't it? I'm sure you've heard it already. But I told you, these blood-sucking lawyers are not going to stop until there's not a sliver of meat left on any bone over there at Keller. But here's the whole thing. Are these lawyers wrong? Yes or no? You decide, but here's our very personal position on it.
The original complaint stated that after the franchisees signed a contract, the defendants then required franchisees to adopt KWRI's present market cap, which is the fee that agents pay their market centers. The plaintiffs allege that these fees went to increasing technology fees and the purchase of, quote, unneeded goods and services from KWRI-owned and affiliated companies such as MAPS, Training and Coaching.
Okay, I'm just saying this. I mean, seriously, anybody who knows anything about Keller Williams, this was kind of just common knowledge, wasn't it? And their shit was expensive, too. Let's just keep this going before we really get to our answers. Are you ready?
The amended complaint goes further, accusing Gary Keller of allegedly operating, quote, under a practice and pattern of improperly using fees collected from franchisees for purpose outside the accepted and defined uses of fees for both personal gain and to fund additional Keller-owned entities. According to the filing, Keller pockets some of these funds for himself and his son, John Keller, but also uses funds to create other businesses, which he then forces franchisees to buy into. The example of this cited in the complaint is 72 Sold, which is a leads company. Keller is part of a joint venture with 72 Sold and owns 49% of the company.
Okay, I know these 72 Sold guys, and I gotta tell you, in a lot of the markets, there's a line of agents who actually want, but can't get, because it's a waiting list. I don't know how true that accusation is, but a lot of what they just said there, guys, we know this about Keller. It was kind of true, wasn't it? They're pretty much guilty of all the accusations there. And listen, I've worked as a vendor trying to break into the whole Keller family. I was actually even invited and went down to Keller headquarters in Austin, Texas, where we rented out the Alamo Draft House movie theaters and filled them with Keller real estate agents. We had this opportunity because we had some folks at said HQ who watched and liked the shows that we produce over here. They liked us. That's a good place to be. So we thought, hey, this is a great opportunity to see if we can get our foot in the door and get access to some of those Keller agents. And I said this because one thing about Keller is this, okay? They're organized like the damn military, with Gary Keller playing the part of Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 5-star Supreme Commander. And you know what happens when the general tells you to do something? You do it, or you go to the brig and you break rocks and scrub toilets. And so we thought, hey, we've got the brass on our side. We know Keller agents drink the Kool-Aid over there, and boy do they. This one's going to be great, kind of a slam dunk. And then the cost that was being bantered about by Keller Williams was, well, let's just say when we started talking money and what Keller wanted, it turns out they didn't like us as much as we thought. Now, before you think I'm throwing Keller Williams under the bus, I want you to hear me out.
Hear me out.
The truth is, they had the agents, the organization, and the ability to make me independently wealthy with a simple endorsement. That's amazingly powerful, and Keller, they know it. So here's my question for you. If you run a business, if you build a business, an empire, as Gary and his team have, what I believe to be the best run and most successful real estate brokerage in history, I do believe that, with agent training that delivers results, like it or not it does. When a determined agent is plugged into the Keller way, they often outperform the competition, all built on a sense of community and family, doing a great job for their clients all across the country. And they have done this. Now I ask you, why in the hell shouldn't they shake down vendors like me if they can? Keller built and has what every vendor wanted. And I'm thinking they should pick and choose, and in the process, make as much money as they can. That is the American way, after all. Now, here's the irony. All of this positivity that I'm saying Keller Williams has built over a generation for agents and clients alike, and I mean millions and millions of people, where their success was rewarded, Keller's was. Now, all that money based on all that hard work is not going to end up with the clients or the agents who were conceivably or perceivably wronged in this lawsuit. They're not going to get all of the money that's generated by the Keller brand is going to end up in the coffers, and only in the coffers of all these damn blood-sucking lawyers who don't give a shit about any of the positivity and hard work that the Keller brand has produced. Now, how in the hell is one, this even possible? Two, how is it fair? Here's why, my friends. It's the American way, and I gotta tell you, from my side of the table, the system looks corrupted.